The former head of Kazakhstan's anti-terror agency was arrested on charges of attempted government overthrow in the wake of violent protests in the country. The arrest of Karim Masimov was announced by the National Security Committee, which Kasimov headed until he was removed this week by President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev. Authorities say security forces killed 26 demonstrators in this week's unrest and that 18 law enforcement officers died. More than 4,400 people have been arrested, the Interior Ministry said on Saturday. The protests in the Central Asian nation were the most widespread since Kazakhstan's independence from the Soviet Union in 1991. Kazakhstan's President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev said on Friday he was authorizing law enforcement agencies to open fire, without warning, to end chaotic riots in the country. "I have given the order to shoot to kill without warning," Tokayev said in a televised address, adding that terrorists continue to damage property and use weapons against citizens. He rejected any negotiations and promised to eliminate those he described as armed bandits, claiming that 20,000 rampaged through the major city of Almaty with a clear plan. His address came hours after he said in a statement that constitutional order has largely been restored in all regions, adding that operations to restore law and order would continue until the militants are completely destroyed. Kazakhstan's economic capital Almaty on Thursday afternoon saw gunfire and explosions with police forces seen firing live rounds after surrounding a group of about 200 people, Russia's Sputnik news service reported. The military was also deployed by Thursday afternoon, including Russian paratroopers sent in by Moscow after President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev asked the Regional Intergovernmental Military Organization CSTO to intervene. Military personnel regained control of the main airport, seized earlier by protesters. Thursday evening saw renewed battles in Almaty's main square, occupied alternately by troops and hundreds of protesters throughout much of the day. Dozens of protesters were reported dead earlier in the day after dissatisfaction over gas prices on Sunday snowballed into Kazakhstan's biggest demonstrations since it declared independence from the Soviet Union. The anger over a near doubling of gas prices has grown to include other grievances including poor living conditions in some areas, as well as 30 years under the rule of the same party. Kazakhstan authorities confirmed the provisional death toll. Last night, extremist forces tried to storm administrative buildings, the Almaty City Police Department, as well as local departments and police stations, police spokesperson Sultanat Azerbek told state news channel Khabar 24. Dozens of assailants have been eliminated and their identities are being identified, he added. Azerbek said an anti-terrorist operation was underway in one of the districts of Almaty where the riots were most violent. Euronews. Some of the cities in Kazakhstan where protests have been taking place. Euronews. Foreign terrorists. President Tokayev on Wednesday demanded help from Russia and its allies to quell the unrest of the past several days, which he claimed was supported by foreign terrorists. "Today I called on the heads of states of the Collective Security Treaty Organization, CSTO, to help Kazakhstan defeat the terrorist threat," Tokayev said on state television, adding that demonstrations are led by terrorist gangs who have received extensive training abroad. Nikol Pashinyan, Armenia's prime minister and CSTO chairman, acquiesced to the demand, saying in a statement on Thursday morning that a CSTO collective peacekeeping force would be in the country for a limited period to stabilize and normalize the situation there. The decision, he said, was made due to the threat to the national security and sovereignty of Kazakhstan, caused, among other things, by interference from abroad. CSTO member states include Russia, Belarus, Armenia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan. The main tasks of the collective peacekeeping forces of the CSTO will be the protection of important state and military facilities, assistance to law and order forces of the Republic of Kazakhstan in stabilizing the situation and returning to the rule of law, the alliance said in a statement. Tokayev had on Tuesday dismissed the government and declared a 2-week state of emergency and a nighttime curfew. But protests did not abate, with police using stun grenades, tear gas and water cannons to disperse protesters in the southeastern city of Almaty, the country's economic and intellectual capital, on Tuesday night and Wednesday. The city's main administration building and the presidential residence were both engulfed in flames on Wednesday after protesters, many of them carrying clubs and shields according to reports in Kazakh media, made their way in. Demonstrations have also been reported in about a dozen other cities. We want to thank you for joining us. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell to get notified when we release a new video. We also appreciate your likes and comments below, as it helps to support our channel.